like, what is reality? Do you ever think about that?
Tell me more.
Are we holographic in nature? Is this simulation? Are we zeros and ones? Are we, you know, where did we come from? Are we aliens of some sort? Like, what is the nature of our reality?
If you start thinking too much about that stuff, aren't you just missing the beauty of this life, and you're not present and you're not just enjoying it? Or do you, or can you do both?
I think that I think knowing or going towards knowing, if I ever got to know, which is probably an unending search until you die, and I'm not ready. I would think there'd be a direction how to live your life, right? Like if you realize that this is just like one of 1,000 lives and it's just some little increment, and you are just trying to learn the one lesson that you left off within the last life to come back and do the next version. I always think to myself, I don't want to come back and learn this lesson next time. I don't want to have to get to this point to do this again. I'm going to do it now. And so things like that, it helps me to figure out how to live my life.
Oh, that makes sense. I like that. Have you figured out what that thing is yet?
No, of course not. It's just intuitive thoughts. Like as a man, are you tapped into your body? Like that's one thing that I feel like men are a little bit not quite as in tune with. Do you feel like you're intuitive? Do you feel like you like know where things sit in your body? Can you feel energy?
Probably not as well as a woman does. I mean, I feel like I listen to my gut really well.
That's good. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I definitely do that. You know, and just being a professional athlete, like you're in tune to your body and your mind, and like I think that just comes kind of naturally. So, you know, I for myself, like I go with whatever my gut, like, you know, my mind, I feel like I overthink things a lot. So I'm like, all right, let's just settle down. Like, what was my first gut instinct? Where am I at? Let's just do that. Don't come up with a million different scenarios of how this could go right or how it could go wrong and play it all out. What's your gut say? Do that.
And there must be some stories of both those decisions, the one that you went with your gut and the one that you didn't, like, because you've proven this to yourself somehow, right?
I mean, whenever I left Denver, I was like, all right, like what do I want to do? You know, there was both sides of it. There was all this stuff. I was like, all right, my gut, like I can't play here anymore. Like this is just I gotta go. And so, and even when I was done with football then too, I was like, all right, like, you know, there's other opportunities. You know, the kids were getting a little bit older. You know, you're getting pressure from, you know, agents and friends and other people. Hey, go do this, go do that. And, you know, I just sat with myself and I was like, all right, you know, my guts, I'm done. Like, I'm tapped out here. I'm tired. Like, just hang it up. You're done.
So it wasn't hard. It wasn't a hard decision, or it felt clear at least.
It felt clear enough, you know, but I mean, it was over a week or so. So, I mean, it was, you go back and forth, and play it all out. But at the end of the day, like, I think you just have to trust. Most people have to trust themselves. Some people can't trust themselves, but I feel like I can.
Okay. Another thing that you hit on that you said you like to talk to people about is health. And I'm super into it. Are you into anything cool or crazy or different? Like I have someone showing up when we're done with these interviews to do my first NAD drip.
That's exactly what I was going to say. NAD. That's exactly what I was going to say. You haven't done it?
I haven't done it. And the doctor I'm working with does a front load. So I'm doing 5 out of 10 days.
Okay. So you're doing 5 days in a row?
I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't want to, I want them to be able to get I don't want it to get all, my vein and,
Yeah. You're going to hate it.
Oh, great.
You're going to hate it. Well, maybe. It just depends. Like, just have them go really slow.
Yeah. They say you can get nauseous.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great.
Okay. So, like, it felt like for me the first time, like I've done 5 days in a row, and then take a day off 3 days. I've done, my latest was I just did 8 every Monday for 6 weeks.
Okay.
And I'm about to, probably in another month, I'll probably go back and do another like 3 or 4 day treatment. So I played I was playing basketball with kind of these older guys at a high school down here. And like my left knee's always giving me problems, just always has, just achy. And like if I jump on it too much, like it just hurts like hell. And, you know, sleep, anxiety, like stress, like all those things. After you do an AD for a couple of days, you'll feel like you're 20 years old. You'll sleep like a baby, like your stress will be down, anxiety. It's your appetite, your energy, your recovery, like workouts recovery will be through the roof.
Wow.
This stuff's incredible. It's incredible.
My understanding was it's kind of like, I thought it was about just detoxification. Then it was like, no, it's kind of hormonal kind of balance. Like it balances you out energy, like emotionally. Then it's about, not getting so much anxiety and stress. Like doctor even said like colors get brighter. He's like, honestly, the world kind of brightens up. So it's almost like a cellular boost. It's just like, almost like you become like, you go from human to superhuman.
Yeah. Well, I mean, NAD is in every cell in your body. So it's in the mitochondria. So it charges up every cell. So as you get older, I mean, think about whenever you're a kid, like you could run around for hours on end and like, you're fine. Like my kids don't stop. So, you just boost up all those cells again. And it's incredible stuff.
So have you tried anything else? Like I think there's curcumin, there's like all kinds of other things. Have you tried any other drips?
No, I mean, I've done all like the big drips, but like the NAD one is, I don't know how you could beat it, honestly. I did a podcast with Dan Carcillo, hockey player for the Blackhawks. And he's microdosing mushroom, making a company out of that. And I haven't, yeah. And then my doctor here who does the NAD, he was saying that some of his, elite patients that are out there killing it, microdose LSD, which is scarier to me than mushrooms.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, well, that's a synthetic.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a little bit different when it's a synthetic, but the world of medicine is changing rapidly. But, LSD, I think LSD was developed as a truth serum drug way back in like the 60s or something like that.
Yeah, I think they're using it to, like you said, like they capture people and they just give them LSD.
Isn't that like MDMA? Is that kind of all the same stuff?
MDMA?
Similar? No, it's a little different.
That's Molly. I think that just makes you happy. That's ecstasy. I've never had that, but I'm sure it's great.
You're probably not going to go ahead and divulge all of the things that you've tried, and I don't blame you.
I honestly have never had ecstasy.
You're retired now. You can try whatever you want.
I mean, I think, like you said, the world of medicine and health and drugs is rapidly changing, and I think we're learning a lot more than we ever have before. Well,
what's next? What's next on the try it list for you, other than microdosing psilocybin?
Yeah, I think that's what's up next. NAD and that. Do more of that.
Maybe you should just go for the hero's dose of psilocybin first.
We were talking about that, and he was like, because I mean, they're walking people through this. Like they'll set up a room,
setting,
get you all geared up and stuff. Yeah. And he's like, listen, he goes, the first couple hours might be the worst experience of your life. And I'm like, really? He's like, well, you have to go into it with a purpose. You got to have, this is what I want to accomplish. And he said, like the first hour or so, he said it could be absolute hell. He goes, but then you get out of it, and he goes, you mentally, you'll have a breakthrough, and you'll see things completely different.
But that's what he's talking about, is like walking you through it, like creating the room, creating the space, giving you a safe space so that you can let go, right? Like I said, if you want to get into that, if you want to get hypnotized, you got to be able to let go. Like you got to feel safe. You got to be open to it. Do you still work out a bunch?
Not as much as I used to. No, more just kind of stretching, keeping things together. Like gaining muscle is not my goal anymore by any means.
Speaking of knees, have you tried walking backwards in that whole new craze?
No, I haven't heard of this.
Oh, you should definitely look that up. Gabby Reese, the volleyball player, her and Laird, they're super into fitness and health and all things. And she took me to the beach and we went walking backwards for a couple of miles, but it's supposed to be incredible for your knees.
Well, it makes sense because you're going in one direction your entire life.
Yeah.
You're just, you're just wearing those muscles out. So it makes a lot of sense.